Work like a champ. The rest is up to you. Some people think that wrestling's fake, but I know wrestling's true. What's the deal? Would you squeal if I told you that wrestling's real? What's the deal? Would you squeal if I told you that wrestling's real? Each wrestler does his thing to win inside the ring.
Alright, so here it is, the bonus episode of the Idle Threat Wrestling Podcast this week. We, like I said in the previous video, we kind of had a lot of technical difficulties with our last show, so I just chose to not air it because we had some of the dates wrong. The set fell down twice. Just a lot of stuff that affected the show, and I really wasn't. We like to bring you the best here at the Idle Threat Wrestling Podcast, and I didn't think it was good enough, so I decided not to run it. I'd like to run it one day, maybe as a lost episode, maybe get some blooper stuff out of there. I don't know. We'll use it someday. I save all the footage, but this is the prediction episode for Extreme Rules. I'm going to recap you a little bit about our Slammiversary predictions. It was bad. Double D, I think, only got the Brian Cage match right, but I can't brag too much because the only reason I beat him and me and Mike tied is me and Mike picked Moose in the Rob Van Dam Moose match. Moose won. We all picked LAX, then they ended up, that was going to be their last match apparently in Impact, so the North picked up the titles the night before, and then North won. So yeah, me and Mike, we got two predictions right. Me and him both picked Rosemary for the Monsters Ball. Taya surprised everyone. We all picked Johnny Impact for the X Division title, and Rich Swann defended, which I was happy about because, as I said in the previous video, big Rich Swann fan. Not the biggest Johnny Impact fan, but I will be sad that he will be possibly leaving Impact because as much as maybe I'm not a huge fan of him, he's a great wrestler, great athlete, and fun to watch his matches. He's been in a lot of good matches. Then he brings a marquee value to the matches at the end. The guy's a celebrity, and he was in the Federation. He was in the WWF, or the WWE, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed Slammiversary, even though maybe my predictions weren't as good as it could be, but it did make me feel bad because nobody really did good, and I'd rather do bad than be surprised with the show, because that show, there was a lot of surprises. Everybody's talking about Rhino making his debut, or re-debut, but I don't know if that was Rhino. I think they want you to lead you to believe that it was Rhino, but anyways, if you didn't see it, Mask Guy came out, it did a gore, he did the signature Rhino, he had the same kind of build as Rhino, and I think they do, but Rhino is under contract with WWE, and I still don't know if you would do that, put a mask on a guy, and you can pretend it is, I guess that gets you away, but a lot of, it's going to be Rhino in the end. I know that, or at least that's where I think they're heading with it, is that it'll be Rhino. But Don Callis was the network when he was in ECW, and Rhino was kind of his bodyguard. So why not? Don Callis has been being picked on a lot, and he needs a bodyguard, maybe. I'm a huge ECW fan from back in the day. Overall, I don't know if we need to keep doing the CCW stuff. I like Impact, and Impact does remind me. They are, I would say, in the world of wrestling with AEW and WWE, trying to be the top guys now. AEW, trying to compete with WWE. Let's maybe just let the ECW stuff go, but like I'm saying, Impact does remind me of they're the ECW of the wrestling world right now. The third company, but still, maybe the best company, right? So I don't want to kiss Impact's ass too much. Big show July 19th to 20th. If you're in Windsor or in the southwestern Ontario or Michigan area, head on down to that. Make sure you check that out. But now let's just get right into my predictions for Extreme Rules 2019. Overall, I have to say I'm more excited to watch this than I usually am for WWE. It actually looks like a pretty decent show. We got 10 matches announced at least so far. You know, things could always change. I don't have Double D's predictions in yet. He will get them to me before the show, you know, to make them legal in the standings of the thing. And Mike, although he's not with me today, I got him. He's working on his videos, and he's going to send them to me. They'll be included in this video directly following my predictions. So let's start it out with it's the Raw Women's title and Universal title in a mixed tag team match on the line, and it's Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin versus the man Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. I gotta go with you know, Becky and Seth winning that one. In my mind, I don't ever see Baron Corbin being, at least at this point, the Universal Champion. But you never know. Dumber things have happened in the world of wrestling. WWE Championship match: Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. I'm going with Samoa Joe only because I'm a huge Samoa Joe fan, always have been. I represent my fellow Joes. He represents all the Joes. I got Samoa Joe on that one. I can't really, you know, I think in the back of my head Kofi Kingston might do it, but I might defend. But I really want Samoa Joe to win, so I'm going with Samoa Joe. We got a handicap match. Bayley's taking on Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and that's for the SmackDown's Women's Championship. I'm going with Bayley. It seems like they're building her up in my, like, you know, as their top woman kind of on SmackDown, and I don't see any other outcome than Bayley takes that one. We got a tag team match. I believe it's under Extreme Rules. It's The Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre. We've seen, you know, Shane and Roman feuding lately, and McIntyre mixed up in that equation. So Roman Reigns, the yard was passed down to him by The Undertaker, so he went to get The Undertaker as his backup. I got Taker Roman on that one. I can't see that one going any other way. Tag team SmackDown titles are on the line in a triple threat tag team match. Pretty interesting. Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the New Day versus Machinery. I'm going to go with New Day on that one. Pinning Machinery, I'm going to say, because you don't want to hurt Bryan's, you know, flow. So I think that's the best way to do it, is have the New Day pin Machinery, because I just don't see those guys being, you know, tag team champions just yet. I wouldn't make them ever. I think they're silly. I'm not a big fan. The Raw tag team titles, they got Usos versus the champions, the Revival. I'm going to stick with the Revival. How many times are you going to pass it back to the Usos to carry? You can't keep going there, I don't think. And I think the Revival is a tag team that both regular fans and the internet smarts all kind of come together, and, you know, they enjoy very much. So I see the Revival key. Last man standing match. This feud's been going on for a while. This could be maybe the end of it. You got Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley, and I'm taking Strowman on that one. The U.S. title, Ricochet defends against AJ Styles, in which should be a really, really good match. I'm excited for that one. I'm going with Ricochet. He just got it. I can't see them passing it to AJ already. It would be a waste of time. But you never know, that U.S. title really has no prestige anymore and just kind of bounces around all the time. Aleister Black takes on Cesaro. I'm just going with Aleister on the simple fact is he's new, and hopefully they're trying to build him up. They haven't really done a lot with Cesaro lately, so I don't see that changing. Cruiserweight Championship match, which I hope isn't on the pre-show like it normally is, because I would like to actually see it. I didn't get to see it at Stomping Grounds because I was at work till 7, so I missed that match. I'm gonna stick with Gulak. I'm a big Gulak fan, and I don't know why they would just take it away from him already. So yeah, let's go take a look at what Mike has decided for us on this prediction. Mike, take it.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Mike Holmes from the Idle Threat Wrestling Podcast. Today I'm going to give you my predictions. So, for Extreme Rules 2019, first match up, let's see here. Looks like it could be the Revival versus the Usos. I'm going to take the Usos. For the Cruiserweight Championship, I'm going to go with Drew Gulak, because I didn't pick him last time, so he might make me go over on this one. When it comes to Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley, I'm taking Braun Strowman. That's an easy one. Ricochet versus AJ Styles, I'm gonna take AJ Styles with the reformation of the club. Aleister Black versus Cesaro, I'm taking Aleister Black. New Day versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Heavy Machinery, I'm going with let's see. Always picked up the win on SmackDown, but 6-time champs, maybe. We'll go with the New Day. I went with them last time too. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. I'm going to have to take Bayley just because I think Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss might have their own feud later on. Get this whole friendship thing going out of the way. We've got the Dead Man and the Chosen One. Roman Reigns and The Undertaker versus the best in the world, Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. I'm going to have to go ahead and give this one to Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, because it's Roman Reigns and The Undertaker. I just don't really see them losing, to be honest with you. It just doesn't seem like it'd work. And last but not least, we've got Seth Rollins, the man's man, and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin's mixed tag team of evil, which is him, Baron Corbin, and Lacey Evans. And I'm going to go with Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Back to you, Joe. Take it away.
Alright, thanks a lot, Mike. Too bad you couldn't be here this week, but thanks for getting those into me. We can't have the prediction show without him. So that's going to do it for this episode of the predictions. You know, usually we tie them into an episode, but we're keeping this separate. We're giving you bonuses this week because we really, we kind of messed things up last week, so with no episode. So I want to try to give you guys a lot of content. It's a big week, big week in wrestling around our area, at least. You got also in the world of wrestling, Fight of the Fallen, Saturday night, Sunday, Extreme Rules, which we just predicted, and then following Friday it begins in Windsor, the Impact tapings, which please be at. If you're in the area and you don't complain that there's nothing to do in Windsor, there's always something to do, especially this great city, how much wrestling that we have. We're so lucky to have so much great wrestling. I think Windsor really may be the hot spot in Canada for wrestling these days, at least Southwestern Ontario. There's a lot going on. So me and Mike are going to try to pump out a lot of content for you this week to make up for our crappy behavior last week, which it wasn't. We shot an episode, it just didn't work out, and like I said, I want to bring you the best, so we canned that episode. So anyway, those are our predictions. Yeah, that's gonna do it for the predictions. Enjoy Extreme Rules Sunday.
What's the deal? Would you squeal if I told you that wrestling's real? What's the deal? Would you squeal if I told you that wrestling's real? Each wrestler is pretty